All right, let's dive into a world that you probably don't think about every day, but that literally keeps our economy moving. Industrial material handling. It sounds complicated, but trust me, it's this hidden system, and figuring out how to make it better is changing pretty much everything.
So, picture a factory in your head. What do you see? Probably giant machines stamping metal, robots welding, all that cool stuff. But what if I told you the biggest bottleneck, the thing that wastes the most time and money, has almost nothing to do with actually making the product? Yep, it's a simple act of moving parts and finished goods from point A to point B. This is the silent killer of efficiency. And honestly, cracking this nut is one of the biggest opportunities in modern industry.
Right, so let's call this what it is, the factory's hidden problem. The best way to think about it is like the circulatory system of a plant. If the arteries are clogged and things aren't flowing smoothly, the whole operation just suffers, from profits all the way down to worker safety. And the problems really stack up. First, you've got lost time. You have equipment just sitting around waiting. Then there's all that wasted space. You're basically paying rent for empty air. All of that, naturally, leads to way higher costs, which hits the bottom line hard. And here's the really crucial part. It hurts people. Inefficient, repetitive manual work is a huge reason for serious, long-term physical injuries.
Okay, so how in the world do we fix this? Well, the answer isn't just about throwing more people or bigger machines at it. It's about being smarter. We're stepping into a whole new era where the goal is to make every single movement intelligent, safe, and perfectly timed.
This quote from the research really just nails it. The whole mission boils down to two things. Make the journey for every part as short as possible, and make sure it never ever has to just sit and wait. Because every second spent waiting is a second wasted. Simple, right? But so powerful. So how does this actually work? Well, AI is the brains of the operation. First, it just gobbles up all the data it can find, the factory layout, what orders are coming in, how fast the machines can work. Then it simulates thousands, even millions of possible routes to find the absolute quickest path. Think of it like a super GPS for everything in the building. After that, it becomes the ultimate air traffic controller, assigning tasks to both robots and people in real time. And here's the magic part. It learns. With every job it does, it gets a little bit smarter, a little bit more efficient. And, this isn't all about code and robots. A massive piece of this puzzle is something called ergonomics. The idea is so simple, but it's revolutionary. Design the work to fit the person, instead of forcing the person to adapt to the work. It's not just about making things safer and reducing strain. Turns out when people are more comfortable, they're also way more productive. It's a total win-win.
Okay, now for the payoff. All this theory is great, but what actually happens when you put it to work in the real world? Well, the results are, frankly, they're astonishing. Let's look at the numbers.
Take a look at this case study from a cement plant. Before they optimized, their most important loaders were just sitting idle for a third of the workday. A third! After they used simulation to create a better schedule, that idle time was slashed to just 13%. That is a massive productivity gain from the exact same machines.
Now, this chart shows the impact on actual human beings. It uses what's called an ergonomic risk score, basically how likely a job is to cause physical injury. Before the changes, workers had a score of 11, which is very high risk. After they applied these ergonomic principles, look at that drop, all the way down to 2, which is low risk. That's not just a number, that's the difference between someone going home in pain and going home healthy.
Get ready for this one, 76.6%. That's how much one warehouse cut its total travel distance just by using data to redesign the layout. More than 3/4 of all movement. Poof, gone. I mean, imagine your daily commute being cut by that much. The savings in time, fuel, and wear and tear are just incredible. And when you zoom out, the trend is clear. AI-driven systems are consistently cutting the total time it takes to get a job done, the cycle time, by anywhere from 15 to 45%. And on top of that, they're freeing up between 20 and 35% more space. So you're not just getting faster, you're basically getting a bigger warehouse for free. So the progress has been amazing, but the story's not over. The experts in this field are already looking down the road at the next set of challenges, really pushing the limits of what we thought was possible. So, what's next on the to-do list? Well, a huge one is bridging the gap between a perfect computer simulation and the messy, unpredictable real world. Another is creating standard benchmarks, KPIs, so we can actually compare different systems fairly. The next generation of these planning models will have worker safety and sustainability baked in from the start, not just as an afterthought.
And maybe most important of all, making sure that as these new technologies come online, they integrate smoothly with the human workforce, making their jobs better, not just replacing them.
And it all leaves you with this one big question. We've seen how this kind of thinking can totally transform a factory. So what other hidden problems are out there? In our hospitals, our cities, maybe even our own homes, just waiting to be solved by this mix of data, smart simulation, and human-first design. Thanks for watching.